in my opinion, this is the best backswing tip on and off YouTube because it's simple, it's broken down into 3 steps, so it's going to be easy for you to follow. So the 3 stages are your grip, how you start the swing and the positions of the wrists at the top of the backswing, and finally the turn, how you get that real good coil up. Now, the last one is a little bit harder, but actually is achieved a lot easier by getting the first 2 points of grip and starting the swing. And it brings you the best results. And that's what I want to give you today. So let's start this video with grip. Now grip, think about it this way. It's our only point of contact with the club, so it pretty much determines what this does and how you swing. So really nice and simple, we're going to make sure that that club is sat at the base of those fingers. So if you come a little bit closer here, and that meaty part is just sat on top, just like this. Now, this is great because it's just simple. Just grab the golf club. If it feels light and you can really whip it through, we're going to tend to have it in a much better position than if it's in the palm. You're going to really struggle to create that whip. So once that club's down the ground, all I want you to look for is those 2.5 knuckles on your glove hand. And you can see that just by looking down there, and then you're going to place your fingers on. So if I come a little bit closer to you, you can see exactly how we should be holding that golf club. Let's set this one away. So now we've got our grip nailed, we're going to move our level of control from here to here, because like I say, it's our only point of contact. Now the next part, I am guilty as charged on this, and I'm going to say to everybody on the range here, right? Listening to this is going to really help you. So our second point is how you start the swing. I call this the shaking hands drill. Don't go wrong with this bit here. So logically, right, if someone was stood just there and I were to shake hands with them, I wouldn't just move my hand like this. I'd actually sort of turn to face them. So watch this. Now I can shake hands, my upper body started to turn, bring the golf club to it. Watch that again, really simple. Come and shake hands, upper body started to turn, bring the golf club together. So you're starting this swing correctly, and some famous quotes, let's see who knows this. The start of the swing is actually the most important part of the swing. It sets the tone of the swing. Okay, so once you've started that swing correctly, as we're building to the top of the backswing, this is some checkpoints for you down at the range. If we drew a line straight down to the ground, this should just be somewhere behind our right heel. So somewhere here, okay? For a left-handed player, we just flip that the opposite way around, so it'd be your left heel. And that shows that we're starting to get a better turn. Now, these wrists at the top. You come a little bit closer here, and I'm going to show you this. We want our wrist to be in this position at the top, because with a good grip, having a flat lead wrist gives us a nice neutral club face. If you're a slicer, we tend to have this little bit cupped, okay? And when we see it cupped, we tend to see the glove hand like this, and then our trail hand, our right hand, be flatter. Some of you like DJ and John Ram, some of the best ball strikers in the world right now, get into this position. Now, in my opinion, for most of us, that is just not achievable. So I like to see this. A little bit of cupping in my trail and nice and flat in my lead. These both impact each other, so knowing that is key. So let's just give you a checklist up to this point on points 1 and 2 that are crucial, because like I said, listen, achieving those 2 helps you achieve the final point, which is your source of that power and consistency. So we've got our grip in the fingers with 2.5 knuckles. We're shaking hands. We're getting this turn with our flat lead wrist at the top. That is where we should be right now. And if you're down at the range, just actually have a go at hitting some shots away, but pause, hit, and really start building that muscle memory into your swing. Let's get on to the final one. This is the turn. This is the tough bit, but let's get it nailed. Now, I'm just gonna go a little bit complicated, but don't let that scare you, because then we're gonna simplify it at the end of this third tip. So what we've got to understand is, in its simple terms, we're trying to get our upper half to turn more than our lower half. So our shoulder line to turn more than our hips. So we're creating a little bit of an X factor. So our hips should turn about that much, and our shoulders, hopefully, can get turned around that much. That allows us to create the coil, that allows us to create some speed and some source of power. So all I want you to do is just at home, if you're not at the range, this is something you can do, is build this in just like this. Watch what I'm doing here, upper to lower, okay? My right hip should move up and behind me. This is exactly how I want you to turn. Now just to take this a little bit further and simplify this and bringing in that bridge and that gap between drill 1 and drill 2 and now drill 3, put your right hand just in front of you and now just place the alignment stick across your chest and hold it with your glove hand. So look here, we're going to shake hands, we're going to turn it to the top. We're going to shake hands, we're going to turn it to the top. You can really see the areas of the golf swing that you're starting to master. 1, 2. You can see how I built it all the way through stage 1, stage 2, and now stage 3. Let's just do a little simple summary so you've got everything you need to know. And this is great because it's something you can repeat and takes the course. So if I'm going to hit some away, I would literally do it like this, building some muscle memory. Right, remind myself of the points. Clearly see here, I've got my turn. Just hit it away slowly. Really give yourself a chance of getting a good grip, getting the motion right, and really building a much better backswing. So use that grip, and that's something you can use every single time, not just here. Use the rest of those points to help build pre-shot routines, or even just a great practice session out on the range. Thanks so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We've got so much good content coming up, and I want to show it you all.